Lead the swearing in at this point, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
For those of you, or let me try this again. Anyone who intends to testify, please raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, state, I do.
I do.
I do.
And when it's your turn to come up and offer testimony, please state your full name, address, and affirm that you've been sworn in. Thank you.
All right, well, good evening, members of the Board of Zoning Appeals. Eric Yatsky, Senior Zoning Officer. I'm going to begin taking us through the first case. We have 3 cases, all of which are new business for this evening. Our first case is number VA-25-20. We'll have the staff report displayed on the screen as I go through that. So this case is located at 6547 Artesian Run. This is a 3.3 acre parcel, planned commercial and office district zone. The applicant is seeking an area variance here from the Orange Township zoning resolution for a wall sign to be above the allowed 15 feet in height in a planned commercial and office district. The wall sign on the north face was originally approved under zoning permit 2024-126. This is the sign installer is Day Night Sign Company, who is here with us this evening, and they contacted the zoning department in July 2025 requesting a new zoning permit for the 2 first watch wall signs due to Delaware County Building Safety Department's requirement that new permit be filed, and attached plan showing the wall sign height of showed the wall sign height of above 15 feet in height for the north face, and actually for the east-facing side as well. This prompted staff to verify the height on site with an optical laser measuring tool. The measurement was confirmed as 16 feet and 7 inches from grade to the top of the north wall sign, as well as 17 feet 2 inches to the top of the east wall sign. Note that the east wall sign is permitted to be above 20 feet 0 inches above grade as per the development plan ZON 16-03, applicable to only the facades facing US 23. They will need to follow through with completing a revision for that sign. And based on the discrepancy of 1 feet and 7 inches for the north wall sign, Day Night confirmed their intention to submit a variance request on behalf of First Watch. The subject property, again, it's located 6547 Artesian Run. All right, the surrounding area, all directions around is planned commercial and office district. The land uses include Olentangy Crossings Plaza and various other uses to the north. To the south is Olentangy Crossings Plaza, various commercial uses. To the east is US 23 right-of-way and Olentangy Crossings East Development. And then to the west is Artesian Run right-of-way. And then beyond that is there is planned, single-family planned residential district subdivision called Olentangy Crossings Residential. All right, this is a fully built out site, and you can see there's both freestanding commercial development structures on the same parcel here. The one that we're talking about is the north of those two, and on the north face, of course, of the northern building. Just for a zoomed out view, you can see that the site along US 23, just north of the intersection of Lewis Center Road. Down to the staff review for the north wall sign. Variance request, that's for an area variance request from section 22.03. This states that for commercial industrial display signs, such signs shall be located on or along a wall of such building which faces a street, parking lot, or service drive, and shall be located no more than 15 feet above grade or the height of the ceiling of the first floor of the building, whichever is less. So here's Exhibit 1 from the sign vendor. This is the revised drawing that shows the existing height at 16 feet and 7 inches. It had been previously approved at 15 feet and 0 inches. So a variance request of 1 feet 7 inches was submitted, and this represents roughly 11% request from Orange Township Zone Resolution, Section 22. A couple other exhibits to show the existing conditions. The right sign, as this is pictured is the north side, and then the left side would be facing to the east. All right, and Exhibit 3 contains the diagram showing locations of the signs. The sign B, as labeled on that site plan, is the north sign. That's all I have for my review and report. The rest is just criteria for consideration and prospective motions for the board's consideration as well. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Eric,
Yes.
Do you know what the existing signage top of elevation is? The black one?
Yeah, so that, just to confirm, that height is 16 feet and 7 inches. That was measured by the zoning department using a specific tool. It involves both laser and optical componentry to calculate the height of the sign off grade. So that was measured at 16 feet and 7 inches, which is a 1 foot and 7 inches variance from the approved height of 15 feet. And that 15 feet is the maximum height they can place it on the north face because of the zoning resolution. There's nothing in the rezoning text that refers to the north face. So it differs, I mean, the zoning text is what dictates the height of 15 feet to the top of the sign.
But the zoning text mentions the east side.
The rezoning text
The rezoning
mentions
text.
the east side, correct. And so the east side is allowed up to 20 feet in height. It's ZON-16-03.
Other questions? Let's hear from the applicant.
Alrighty. Colin Brinkman, day-night sign, 1640 Harmon Avenue, Columbus, Ohio, 43223. And I did swear in. Yeah, so we screwed this up. Obviously, the sign's already installed. So we are here to, just get approval for the existing sign height is 16 feet 7 inches from top of sign to grade. The sign is installed already. And the other thing as well is Eric had photos of the existing facade. They had like gooseneck lights underneath the sign as well. And those were there when we went to install. So basically we installed it per the drawings. Our scale was incorrect. So I'm here to get it approved for that additional 1 feet 7 inches from top of sign to grade.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'll take any questions if you guys have anything for me.
Have any questions?
And I guess like the other thing too, it's like I don't believe they have a ground sign out there, so it is good visibility for drivers going south on 23 as well. So you don't have to turn your head all the way to the right to see it. Obviously, if you're going north, you'd have to do that. But that's basically my spiel for tonight. So
Yeah, thank you.
thanks, guys.
I mean, frankly, I think that the gooseneck lights are an extenuating factor here too.
Yeah.
That does an understanding of why it was installed, where it was installed at least, but it's not egregious, at least in how high it was placed, to avoid that conflict, in my opinion.
Eric, are both signs currently at the same height?
Relatively close.
Yeah.
I noted in my report that the other sign was
17
17
too.
feet and 2 inches.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Could have been within, I'm not sure exactly the tolerance, but it's close.
And the other sign's not an issue, it's just the one?
No, it's just.
Correct. They did submit an application. I'll have to just make sure I follow through on the processing of that, because that is a revision to the previously approved permit for the east face.
But that doesn't come through us?
Nope.
Okay.
Since the rezoning text allows for the 20 feet on the east face.
Okay. Public comment?
Yeah. Is there any public comment?
My name is John Thiede, 6726 Fallbrook Trail, Delaware, 43015, and I was sworn in earlier. I'm only coming here because I had a couple of residents that I lived with in the old Intangi Crossing subdivision. it seems like we're having to come here on a regular basis for everything that's being built out, that's been built out front, and I think it's just about built out. I don't think there's anything else new that's coming along. Somewhat appalled when I finally heard the full thing about the sign was approved at a certain height, but we installed a sign at a higher height than what it was. I fail to understand how that ends up getting all the way through for the last year or so since the sign's been up, why there was no follow-up to make sure that everybody was within zoning stipulations of what was approved. So that's gonna be a question to them as well, okay?
Just to clarify for the board and everyone that we don't do sign-specific inspections. If there is a concern that comes up, we will double-check the signage, but, I mean, this is partially staffing. We can't go to every single sign and verify measurements every time.
Okay. All right. No comment further about that. All I gotta say is, look, there are certain stipulations that are put in place by zoning and so forth that's there for a reason. I understand that they can always come along and ask for something different. That's what your board is made up for, or should say they can get denied and then they come in and ask for your blessing or your forgiveness, if we want to call it that. I'm disappointed that we don't, as much building as we've got going on in our township, that we don't have more validating and making sure that it's correct. This was made to be a certain way. They didn't make it that way. I think it's kind of, excuse my French, ass backwards to say, oops, it's easier for me to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission to do it, okay? So I'm just saying, please, as most of the residents in our neighborhood would like to see some commonality occurring within the whole zoning, that everybody's following that zoning, everybody's following by the same rules, we all live by the same laws and rules, thou shalt not murder, thou not shalt do all these different things, right? I'm just asking you, this board, to do the same thing here on this one.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
I just want to react a little bit to the inspection thing. I know I've worked with our previous fiscal officer, and I know that Orange Township runs a very tight ship and uses our tax dollars very wisely. Additional staffing in the zoning department would be very expensive. So I mean, is that worth being sign police? I don't know. Yeah, a few things slip through the cracks. Yes, this is unfortunate, but I don't know that it's willing. I wouldn't say I would like my tax dollars to hire someone to be zoning police. So, my 2 cents.
And I also comment that when we evaluate the variances, we're looking at in totality, case-by-case basis. So when I look at that elevation and I see the raw area of wall space that is available to that signage, I find that to be acceptably discreet for, it could be much worse, it could be a lot larger, and it's discreet. And so I understand the point that you were making about it was installed, they made a mistake, so now they're seeking the variance. We easily could say, no, take it down, lower it another 1 foot 7.5 inches. But when I look at it in totality of the intent of the code and our evaluation, which is our responsibility, it's reasonable and it is not egregious on that percentage of increase above the 15 feet that they're asking for. That is another factor that we evaluate as a board.
I think
So-
it would also look pretty weird
Yeah,
if one
Well,
was,
that it
if
would
one
too, but
was
I'm
a
just
foot
even saying
smaller.
from just standpoint of, we see tons of these, we see a lot of signage within the community, and so
Yeah.
that is relatively discreet for what it is within that area and does not seem unacceptable to me. So that's just a reality to it also. But again, understand your concerns about the order that this happened, but here it is in front of us today.
May I respond to that?
Sure.
Joe and Stacy.
Please come closer to the mic, because I can't even hear you.
Wow, and I usually have a very carrying voice, I've been told. I get what you're understanding, that it aesthetically looks okay and everything, but it's becoming somewhat of a joke within our neighborhood. Is like, just go ahead and do what you want, you'll get it approved, okay? That's where it's at now, and
I don't think
just don't-
that's true. We've
No.
denied quite a few that you've come in and spoken for.
Right, okay, we've had for, like the gentleman said, they don't have a monument sign out front, okay? Well, that's because it's been denied and told no,
Yeah.
okay?
But you're making it sound like we're not listening, and I don't think that's
No,
fair.
I didn't say you, okay, and I didn't say your board, okay? I said they can come along and ask for something after the fact, after they knew what it was. I'm sorry, if this wasn't their first go-round, this wasn't their first time of building something, I mean, seriously, okay? If everybody took that attitude every time it was doing, can you imagine the kind of stuff you would end up having? And to be honest, I wonder now how much more we have out there that is not in compliance with the zoning codes. Because as you said, we don't have enough money in the township to be able to pay for another person into their department. I just find it's becoming a joke, okay? I don't
I mean,
understand
it's
it.
not a joke, it's a legal process, and I
No,
kind
you
of
don't-
take offense
no.
to that, because this is not, we're paid not a lot of money to come up here and listen to you and everyone else. This is a legal process.
Okay, Stacy, it sounds to me like you're taking it personal, and that's not how it's being, it's personal to you. If I was doing it personal to you, I would say it directly to you, and I'm not, okay? I'm saying overall, within the township, it's a problem. And I don't seem to think, at least me and others in my neighborhood that couldn't be here tonight, feel the exact same way as I do. So if you're taking it personal and you don't think you paid a lot, quit, find another, do something else. That's all I would tell you.
I absolutely will not quit. I appreciate representing. And thank you for your opinion.
Thank you.
Eric, are there other ways of getting input from that community into the zoning?
The only way that they can be given the full weight of their comments is for them to be here present with us, come to the meeting and provide that comment. But when we do receive written correspondence, even if I was to receive a phone call, that is conveyed to you in the form of an email passed along or printed out before the meeting, as we sometimes receive comment right ahead of the meetings themselves. So we do our very best to convey the other correspondence to you all. However, the only way is for them to convey the full weight of their comments is for them to be here, because then they're able to be cross-examined. So that is the only way.
Yeah. I just didn't know whether there was a way they could influence the zoning board on enforcement and other things that they may.
Well, if they have enforcement questions or concerns, they can email the zoning department, call the zoning department, stop in during our office hours. So anytime there is a concern, we are diligent to follow up to that, which I do recall in the last few months, we've had some concerns, not just from this neighborhood, but some of the other neighborhoods
Oh,
around, and we
yes.
followed through on those.
Okay. I just wanted to get that in the record and so
Yeah.
that we knew what we could do.
Great.
Like attendance at a zoning regulation meeting or a resolution meeting when we're updating the zoning profile, like has there been a lot of attendance from Olentangy Crossing? Do we know?
I'm trying to remember specific to that neighborhood. We have gotten various resident participation from across the township through time, as we've had the series of zoning meetings, both BZA, but then at least 8 zoning commission meetings. We've even heard from a developer or 2 here and there, so it has been pretty well represented across the board. But I can't remember anybody specific from this Olentangy Crossings neighborhood
Yeah.
providing comment.
Okay, thank you. Other comments from board? Is there a motion to be made?
I'll make a motion.
Okay?
Based upon factors discussed this evening, I move to approve case number VA-25-20 for the property located at 6547 Artesian Run, Lewis Center, Ohio 43035, seeking an area variance from the Orange Township zoning resolution section 22.03C to allow for the existing north side wall sign to be 1 feet 7 inches above the allowed 15 feet height above grade in the area zone planned commercial and office PC district.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Pax, seconded by Mr. Trevs. Those voting, Mr. Trevs,
Yes.
Mr. Pax,
Yes.
Ms. Neff,
Yes.
Mr. McCoy,
Yes.
and Mr. Totsky.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, well, we have two more items, two new business items left tonight, and the next case number is up on the screen. That's CU-25-21. That's for the property located at 8986 Owenfield Drive, and that is for a new business that is called Moo Moo Car Wash. So let me try to find my staff report. Since it's up on the screen, I'll refer to it that way right now. Okay. So this is, again, for the proposed, or the under construction, I believe, Moo Moo Car Wash. This is a 3.7 acre site, planned commercial office district. The request here is seeking a conditional use from section 22.04A of the Orange Township zoning resolution to allow for the installation of a monument-style sign on a property zoned planned commercial and office district under rezoning case 2809. This parcel is located 8986 Owenfield Drive, and it is currently owned by Express Wash Concept LLC, excuse me. The owner was approved under zoning permit 2024-0642 in December 2024 for a new Moo Moo Express car wash. So the zoning districts, all four directions around the site, is our planned commercial and office district. To the north, the land use is the Myers store, including parking area. To the south is various commercial uses in Owenfield Drive. To the east, other commercial uses that include some restaurant uses in Owenfield Drive, as well as US 23 beyond that. And I should note the Meyer gas station. And then finally to the west is the common space area, as well as parking lot by Meyer. So as described, there's the site that doesn't show the where the location of the Moo Moo is, of course, but that is, you'll see that in subsequent exhibit. And then that's the context view with US 23 and West Powell Road intersection just to the south and east. All right. So I think the next section describes the conditional use criteria in full. I'm going to go through and provide the staff responses to the relevant sections. So this sign, firstly, from section 3A, this sign is a monument-style freestanding sign. The applicant is proposing a monument-style freestanding sign, which is shown in Exhibit 1 below. For B, maximum height of such sign does not exceed 8 feet above the average grade of the site, and the sign is located at a distance from any street right-of-way line as required. According to Exhibit 1, the proposed sign will be 5 feet and 6 inches from grade to the top of the sign. The sign is proposed to be approximately 32 feet 7 inches from the property line adjoining the right-of-way off Owenfield Drive. The sign meets this standard. For C, the sign does not have more than 2 sides or surfaces. The sign, as proposed, has 2 sides. For D, the display area of any one side or surface does not exceed 1/2 of the total display area permitted. The permitted area for the sign in its location is 64 square feet. The sign area of each side totals 32 square feet, so the sign meets this standard. All right. And essentially, this section describing the overall area allowed, which cannot exceed 128 square feet total and no more than 64 square feet per side. The proposed 2-sided sign will be 32 square feet per side. The sign in setback will be 32 feet and 7 inches from the right-of-way along Owenfield Drive, so 64 square feet per side total is permitted, and the sign meets this standard. For F, not more than 5 colors are used. We don't need to provide a response actually there. For G, no part of such sign will be closer to any street right-of-way line than 15 feet, nor any closer to any property line than the applicable building setback line, if the adjoining property is in a residential district. The sign will be set back 32 feet and 7 inches from the right-of-way line along Owenfield Drive, so that meets that standard. And I believe that's all the responses we provided. I'm going to go into the exhibits. So there's the sign with the 5 feet and 6 inches from grade to the top of the sign, 32 square feet per side. Okay. And here's the location as described as 32 feet 7 inches. We double checked that. That is a scaled measurement there, and location is the northeast portion of the site with that pin that has the A icon. A little bit more zoomed in for reference. And that is the extent of the report, and the rest is the conditional use criteria and example motions.
Any questions for Eric? Okay. The applicant here?
Good evening. My name is Jared Norton with Morrison Sign Company, 2757 Scioto Parkway in Columbus, Ohio, and I have been sworn in.
Thank you.
First off, I'd like to thank staff for that detailed presentation. Don't have a lot to add aside from the fact that we designed this monument sign to complement the building and meet township code. Pretty straightforward ground sign that's along Owenfield Drive to help users of the car wash find that entry drive off of Owenfield. So be happy to answer any questions you might have.
It's backlit,
It is internally illuminated, yes.
no,
Can lights on
uplights,
the-
yeah.
Uplights,
Nope.
okay.
Can the sign be illuminated only during business hours?
I would assume so, yes. I would assume so.
What are the business hours?
I do not know that.
Okay,
I apologize.
it's okay.
Can we just put that,
As a condition, potentially.
like just business hours? Like what if they change?
Can we put that as a condition?
I don't think we have a standard that makes mention of internally lit being restricted to the business's operation hours.
Okay.
No.
I'm not sure I have a problem with that because that area is all commercial right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, there are those, they're not apartments, where they townhouses nearby, but, I mean, they were already sitting right beside Steak and Shake, which is much closer, and I think it is lit.
Agreed.
I mean, it's had some pretty crazy hours, so.
No, just a general question, but
Yeah.
yeah. Great.
No other questions?
I have no question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any comments from the public? Okay. Seeing none, is someone willing to take a motion?
I'll move. Based on the factors discussed in the presentation by Eric and the applicant, I move to approve case number CU 2521 for the property located at 8986 Owenfield Drive, Lewis Center, Ohio, seeking a conditional use from Orange Township Zoning Resolution Article 22.04A to allow for the construction of a monument sign identified in Exhibit Number 1 of the staff report in an area zoned Planned Commercial and Office District, PC.
I'll second.
Motion made by Mr. McCoy, seconded by Ms. Neff. Those voting, Mr. Trevs,
Yes.
Mr. Pax,
Yes.
Ms. Neff,
Yes.
Mr. McCoy,
Yes.
and Mr. Totsky.
Yes.
Motion
Yes.
carries. Yep.
Thank you.
Two down, and this is the third case for the evening. This case number VA 25-22, This is a residential variance request for the applicant owner, Chris and Margaret Noble. The site here is 394 Glenside Lane, Powell, Ohio. The zoning in this neighborhood is single-family planned residential district, and the lot size is .26 acres. The applicant is seeking an area variance from rezoning case 1704 Fox Ridge to allow for a front porch to encroach 3 feet 3 inches into the required 30-foot front setback, which is 60 feet from center line, in the area zoned single-family planned residential district. All right, for the surrounding area, this is in the midst of that neighborhood. All 4 directions, the zoning is single-family planned residential. Land use to the north, single-family residences. To the south is Meadowview Drive, also single-family residences, as this is a corner lot. To the east is single-family residences, and then to the west is Glenside Lane, as well as single-family residences. Okay. All right. So we have the zoomed-out view first, and this, you can see, is positioned it's a corner lot, which will show you with the zoomed-in point of view. There it is, and the front porch will be fairly centered with the front facade. You'll see some diagrams in a moment, and it will cover that front stoop, that existing front stoop there. So we have a couple site photos for a better point of reference. This porch will stretch from the garage, from that corner part of the garage across the left, all the way across the facade, and covering it would establish a new front porch area, covered porch. There's a second site photo from the corner. And the staff review is an area variance from rezoning case 1704 Fox Ridge. It's a front yard setback, which is 30 feet, and same stated as 60 feet from the center line of the road as well. The measurements indicate that the proposed porch would extend 6 feet and 8 inches from the existing front wall, resulting in encroachment of 3 feet and 3 inches into the required 30-foot front yard setback as indicated by the build line. This encroachment represents approximately an 11% variance from the standards established under rezoning case 1704 Fox Ridge. We did a measurement with our engineering software, shows that 6 feet and 8 inches depth to the proposed porch, and that means there's 3 feet and 3 inches of encroachment into the build line, 30-foot front setback. The next exhibit is a zoomed-in view of that same drawing there. And the next several exhibits give you a illustrative view with the rendering showing conceptually what it will look like. This includes some porch columns as well as railing surrounding the new covered porch, and some stairs as well. Then there's more of a schematic view showing the construction of the porch. You'll note the 6 feet and 8 inch depth. And that is the extent of the staff review and the exhibits. Happy to answer any questions you might have.
Eric, the actual building will be inspected by the normal inspection teams, right?
They would be required to follow through with permits at the building safety department, and the building safety, as I understand, has their own process to do those inspections, but that's nothing through zoning as far as the inspections.
No.
And this is a disappearing encroachment because it's triangular? It's because the road's curved?
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
sort of, it comes
Oddly
to
shaped.
nothing?
It's a taper
I'm
because of
gonna
that.
need them to adjust their build to,
The road.
That would be a new kind of a porch design that, from what I've seen anywhere, so.
you just sort of walk off of it.
I thought maybe they'd just twist the house a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
No questions for Eric?
So it's 11% at its widest point.
Correct. That's
Yeah.
the
And then-
farthest left.
Yeah, and then, so,
So it's just that little triangle that we're approving.
Yeah. Yeah, you're approving the maximum extent of the encroachment, but
Okay.
it tapers, as you can tell.
Would the applicants like to talk with us?
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name's Chris Noble. This is my wife Meg.
Hi.
Live at 394 Glenside Lane, PAL 43065, and we verify we've been sworn in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to meet with you tonight and present our case for a variance. We've been residents of Orange Township for 33 years this December. We've raised our 2 daughters here, and they both moved away. One just got married Saturday, and the other one coming up next June. And we've decided to make this our home once they've
You're
moved
gonna
out.
stay?
And- Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get it how we like it.
So after 33 years, we finally have the opportunity to, we're doing a major renovation on the exterior roof, siding, shutters, gutters, doors, new basement windows, the front porch. Just want to basically increase our outdoor living space. And we both grew up in eastern Ohio, where the porches were out front and the garages were in the alleys out back, and it's where everybody congregated, and just an opportunity to meet your neighbors and you know, have conversations and get to know your neighbors better. And so that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I have Mike Schleybaugh here from Country Roofing in Orville, Ohio, that they're going to be the ones doing all the work for us.
Okay.
Thank you for submitting the entirety of the construction plans.
Yes.
Very
That helps.
helpful.
And you have some nice letters from your neighbors we saw here.
Thank you.
Yep.
I don't have any more questions.
No other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Someone want to make a motion?
Public comment.
Oh, public comments, yes. Sorry.
And I'm not sure if this public comment made into it, but it's another one of support for the project. It states Joe Mazzola, 425 Glenside Lane. I'm not sure if it's in your packet or if it was submitted originally, but
It was in.
it's in there. Okay, great.
Mazzola, yeah.
If you guys don't have any further, I'll make a motion.
Go for it.
Based on these factors, I move to approve case number VA 2522 for property located at 394 Glenside Lane, Powell, Ohio 43065, seeking an area variance from rezoning case number 1704 Fox Ridge to allow for a front porch to encroach 3 foot 3 inches into the 30-foot front setback in a single-family planned residential district.
I'll second.
Motion made by Ms. Neff, seconded by Mr. Totsky. Those voting, Mr. Trevs,
Yes.
Mr. Pax,
Yes.
Ms. Neff,
Yes.
Mr. McCoy,
Yes.
and Mr. Totsky.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Good luck on your project.
Yeah,
It
good
looks
luck with the
beautiful.
Hope you have enough money after the paying for the wedding and
I know, right?
saving for the next wedding to do all the remodeling that you have.
Maybe that's why this guy's here.
That was my only question, but it was none of my business.
Yeah, 2 girls. Thank you. All right.
Well, most of our business is finished, but we do have a couple sets of minutes that I had sent out previously, and it sounded like several of you had a chance to look those over. Those were the July and August minutes. August specific to the 21st. I will note we'll get those August 28th minutes to you before the next meeting at this rate. And so if any of you had discussion or wanted to make a motion on the July minutes, I think we had one set of corrections from one of the members that were very light, more grammatical related, but that was about it.
Yeah. I move to approve the July 17th minutes.
Okay. Is there a
I'll second.
Okay. Motion made by Mr. Trevs, seconded by Ms. Neff. Those voting, Mr. Trevs,
Yes.
Mr. Pax,
Yes.
Ms. Neff,
Yes.
Mr. McCoy,
Yes.
and Mr. Totsky.
Abstain.
Okay. And we do have the August 21st minutes for your consideration.
Did you get more feedback? I know I didn't have any changes.
I don't think anybody chimed in with changes, even though those were sent out. I think that was last week, so, yep.
Are you guys comfortable, or
Yeah.
would you like to wait? Okay.
No?
I'll make a motion, oh, sorry.
No, that was the longer of the two.
That was longer.
Yes.
I actually
Do you
think
wanna
I have to
take
go
some time
back.
to review them?
The July one was the dog grooming.
Yes.
Yeah.
I should not have voted yes on that one. I mixed those two up because I was not participant in the dog grooming.
Can he suck
Oh,
back his vote? now?
That's,
To be clear, you don't have to abstain
I should
or
have
recuse yourself,
abstained.
from-
I flipped,
just
I
like-
flipped
Yeah.
the two.
there's no
But you don't
requirement
have, there's
either
no
way.
obligation to. You can vote on meeting minutes where you were not present.
I was here, just not,
I know, but you weren't here.
sorry.
No problem.
Are you okay?
I didn't want to point that out, though. Yeah, I'm fine with this one.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from August 21st, 2025.
I'll second.
Motion made by Ms. Neff, seconded by Mr. Trevs. Those voting, Mr. Trevs,
Yes.
Mr. Pax,
Yes.
Ms. Neff,
Yes.
Mr. McCoy,
Yes.
and Mr. Totsky.
Abstain.
Great. I don't have any further business or discussion items for any of you. Do you have anything for the good of the order? Nope.
So
Nope.
I do
Yep,
have, I
Robin
do
did
have
some,
one thing
have something.
that
Oh.
I want to jump in on if you will permit me the time. So this is, I'm passing down a draft schedule for 2026 for this board. It's obviously with a growing community, we're starting to see a lot of cases come your way. And so we've had some internal discussions as to, obviously understanding that we don't want 4 or 5 hour meetings, and it can be difficult for you as the board, difficult for us as staff, and difficult for members of the public who come to give valuable feedback. So what we've done here, and we're not looking for you to approve this tonight, but just to reflect on, and maybe we can have some further discussion at a later meeting, or if you want to email Eric or myself. What we've done with this is, the way we have it set up now is, we have one meeting per month with the BZA, we have a set application deadline, and that's it. What we did on this sheet is we have that, basically that same format, but then have a possible continuance date, basically an overflow date. That, depending on the number of cases, the depth and length of time that it takes to get through those cases, then you could continue those cases to the following week. The other option, which is, and this is how we do the zoning commission, is basically there's 2 submittal deadlines per month and 2 meeting dates per month. But then that has the effect of, if somebody doesn't submit for the first date, but they submit at the second date, then you would maybe have weird meeting dates. And, we thought maybe we would try to avoid that, but that could be an option as well, depending on how you as the board would like to handle this moving forward.
So,
I like the first option that you presented
Yeah.
because having another submittal deadline, then there's an expectation that you're going to have that meeting. But when you get like the last meeting we had that lasted, I don't know how many hours.
I was so fried.
The issue with those is not only the amount of time that we're spending if we're here for 3.5 hours talking about something, it's if one variance request or conditional use is going first and it is the 3-hour one, while somebody has a very simple variance request or conditional use is waiting for 3 hours. Majority of the time we can kind of know that, hey, if you want to continue to next week, you can come back without making them come back a whole month later to revisit something. It's not only convenient for us to not sit here for 4 hours, it's convenient for the applicant to have that proposed to them at our discretion.
And the residents who want to speak up and they aren't expected to sit there for 3.5 hours.
Yes.
Yeah, I like this.
Not at their discretion. That's what I don't like about the second submittal date, because that's putting in the applicant's discretion to, well, I don't want to go on the January 15th date, I want to go on the January 22nd date, so we're here for January 15th for a 3-hour meeting, and we come back for 15 minutes for one application on the 22nd. So That makes more sense to me. That's a good idea.
And just to point out, so you as the board have the option to rearrange the agenda order if you so choose. You know, we kind of
Okay.
make recommendations as staff, you know, here's the order that, you know, typically it's the order that we receive the cases.
Yeah.
But if you know that one is going to be 3 hours and one is going to be 5 minutes, you do have the discretion to rearrange and put the shorter one first.
At the beginning of the meeting, is that how that would work, or
Yes.
Okay.
So you can.
we would just make a motion?
Yeah,
or-
you don't even need a motion, it would be, you know,
We're gonna
the
hear
chair
it in
of
a
the
different
meeting
order.
that
I like
decides that.
I wish we would have done that last
Yeah,
time.
Yeah,
and, you know, obviously, it's probably better if you communicate that to us first, you know, just so we can, if we have a printed agenda, then we don't have to deviate from that.
Sure.
But that is, you know, we will defer to you as the board as to how you want to handle.
If there are any other ones next month,
I was gonna say the same thing.
put them first.
Go ahead and do it. We're gonna recommend that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
if you need a motion, I'll make a motion.
But I mean, up front, we know that that's gonna be needed.
We have enough history to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I think we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, I appreciate the thought that going into that makes a lot of sense to me.
And I appreciate having the dates. I can go ahead and get them on my calendar.
So this is not set in stone.
No, but-
Probably, you know, in November or December, we'll look for a formal action from you to approve the schedule for 2026, but just to get it in front of you now for further feedback.
And I'll try to add it to the email for your awareness going into the meeting, just as a preview that we'll be deciding on the schedule so that you can bring your paper calendars if you have them, just have the calendars ready to go.
I can't remember the last time I've had a paper calendar.
There are people out
I have a
there.
paper calendar. I love it. I'll never deviate.
I think,
Each their own.
I think
I just want to make a quick comment. I don't think this is really, since I know y'all not voting on any of that. But one of the considerations I heard say is that like having a meeting tonight, but you have some things to say because we have such a long meeting, we're going to move it to next week, another meeting to set up, right? The only thing I would think is make that consideration of what the people that come to the meeting for, how they would feel about having, oh, I got to come back again for another meeting when I thought I was going to be heard tonight. That would be my only other suggestion for you.
Yeah,
Mm.
we'll try to consider that when we're rearranging.
I mean, you imagine you got a bunch of people that say they come in for it and then say, oh, no, now it's being moved for a week and I'm just now getting that notice at the meeting.
Understood.
Yeah, I understand.
It's a double-edged
That was
sword.
just my own thought. I think it's
Yeah.
a good idea. I mean, if I was you guys, I wouldn't want to be here for 4 hours either.
Okay. Do you need other directions or a motion?
Not at this time.
Okay.
Would there have ever been a thought of like having a maximum number of applications being reviewed for a particular night? You know, and why I'm saying that is
Yeah.
that if you suddenly have 20, that's gonna be a long night. But if you say you made a maximum of a certain amount per night, and if you know you've already hit that maximum, then it's up to you guys to decide, add another meeting then, to be able to put that notification out that that meeting is moving 10 more to another week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting point. I don't, has that ever even happened? I don't even know if we've
And I
ever,
don't know how many you ever get.
yeah, 4 or 5 max.
And, you know, I think the issue with having just a set number too is, you know, some of these do genuinely take 5 minutes and some do take 3 hours. So if you say, well, we're only doing 5 cases, you could have 5 cases that
Or
are 5
5
hours.
hours long, yeah.
And then you have the case where you think it would be 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and it ends up being an hour. So-
Yeah,
True.
So I don't know
Yeah.
that there is a perfect solution. but-
Yeah,
No.
There's not, I agree. I tell you the most perfect solution is that you have a set date, you have a set number of applications that you'll be able to hear for that. If you have it twice a month where you're doing that, then, I mean, if you, like you're saying, you're getting to a point where you're having more and more and more, like I do on audits, I end up being asked by the board to not do 150 audits a year, and I'll do 200 audits a year, and I'm like, but I can't do it with the number of people I have. hours that you have. So it's the same thing, you know, if you know you've got more, then expand your meetings, not just make a decision that night to move it, you know,
Yeah.
not review it that night. Because I think that's the difficulty, because I think part of that, to me, in my mind, is you're sending out notifications to the public of a meeting. If you've moved it, are you meeting that obligation to let people know in the public that application is being moved? I'd ask that question.
They're all
Yeah,
interesting
it's a good
points.
question. All right, any other business?
That's my 2 cents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's only worth 2 cents.
All right, hearing no other business, I move we are adjourned.
We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you all.